open the sports page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys. Well, Mike Bianchi, we had question marks as to what would happen with Mike Evans over in Tampa. We now have answers.
Mike Evans, surprisingly to me, re-signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, signs a 2-year deal with the Buccaneers. I thought he would enter free agency and get a better deal. Now his deal is 2 years, $52 million, $35 million guaranteed, but there were a lot of people who thought he was going to go into free agency and try to get like a longer term deal like the one Davante Adams signed last year with the Raiders. Now, Davante Adams came out the same draft class as Mike Evans. He signed a 5-year, $140 million deal last year that included $65 million guaranteed. But I guess maybe Mike Evans wanted to end his career in Tampa Bay. He's played there his entire career, and maybe this was the market for a 30-year-old wide receiver. I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, be a Bucks lifer, and hey, you've got tax advantages to playing in this state. There's no two.
Good point.
Yeah, so
Good point.
And if you break it out, him compared to Davante, 2 years at whatever you said is about the same as 5 at 140. You're not going to sign Mike for that long, I don't think.
Yeah, but the guaranteed money is what you're looking at.
So 65 and 35.
Yeah, so about half of the guaranteed money. But still, hey, they got, this is his third contract, so he's already made tons of money in the NFL. So good for him. It's good for the Buccaneers. Now we'll see what the Buccaneers do with Baker Mayfield, because he's up for a contract as well. And supposedly there's some other teams like the Patriots interested in him. But now we have another big-time quarterback on the market, because Russell Wilson of the Broncos, he's been informed that he's being cut by the Broncos. So, God, what a disaster that signing was.
How much is a team going to cough up for him? What do you think
Well, they don't need to cough up a lot, because the Broncos are still going to be paying the brunt of his salary. The Broncos traded 5 draft picks for Russell Wilson, including 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders. They then signed him to a $242 million contract. They still have $85 million in dead money, which is money they still have to pay him. So teams could actually get Russell Wilson for relatively cheap. I don't know what the market is for him, because he flopped. He flopped in Denver. There's no question about it. So a team might be able to get him cheap if the Buccaneers can't come to terms with Baker Mayfield. Hell, Russell Wilson could end up with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Hey, what about the other 2 in-state teams who still have, let's be honest, question marks long-term for their current QB situations? If you got a guy if you don't have to pay Wilson a ton of money to have him available, if your guy Tua or, Lawrence in Jacksonville isn't performing?
I listen to Lynch already trying to. He finally adopts his former team, the Dolphins. They suddenly go in the tank after he adopts them,
and he's turning on them.
Now he's turning on him and wants to get rid of Tua, who led the league in passing.
Did not say that. I said if you can get Wilson at a good price and you got somebody like that on the bench, hey, why not?
But the word bench. Well,
I don't know if Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell Wilson's going to want to go sit on the bench somewhere. And the Dolphins still have Tua under contract for 1 more year. They're trying to get a deal worked out with him. I don't think the Jaguars are ready to give up on Trevor Lawrence just yet either. But it's an interesting concept. I think the more likely scenarios for Russell Wilson are the Patriots, the Falcons, teams like that. Maybe the Steelers would be who knows what's going to happen with Kenny Pickett. So we shall see. I don't know if you guys saw this story. Billy Napier obviously been under a lot of pressure at the University of Florida. Did you see what Steve Spurrier, the legend, came out and said to my friend Gene Frenette of the Florida Times Union a couple days ago?
What did he say?
Listen to this quote from Gene Frenette. There's a feeling around the Gators what the heck are we doing? There's a lot of questions I don't have answers to about the organization. Just because you hire the most people doesn't mean you're going to win. All these extra people, I question how much that really helps. That's Spurrier talking about Billy Napier and all these staff members he's hiring and all of this support staff. And Spurrier's essentially saying, just because you're hiring these people doesn't mean you're going to win.
Yeah, just because you have a big army doesn't mean they can shoot straight.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
yeah,
right. So the temperature under Billy Napier's seat just got turned up. I'd say about 50 degrees with Steve Spurrier sort of piling on there. So we'll see what happens with that. By the way, did you see this story real quick? Braylon Edwards, former NFL player, former University of Michigan wide receiver. He actually saved this 80-year-old man's life at a YMCA health club in suburban Detroit. I guess this 80-year-old man was complaining because this 20-year-old man was playing his music too loud in the locker room, and this guy just started beating the hell out of this 80-year-old man, and Braylon Edwards jumped in and got the man off of him, and the man's in critical condition.
Good Lord.
Yeah, so good for Braylon
Saved
Edwards.
his life then.
By the way, I'm sort of an old guy too. When I'm in the locker room, my health club, I don't like people playing their music loud.
Tell me that you do not walk around without your pants on like the other old guys that have the big saggy asses. Dude, the 80-year-olds in the gym, I won't even go in there to pee. I'd rather wear a diaper to the gym.
Oh, my God, I saw the gray tuft.
Yeah, it's like, oh, my God.
You don't want to see that flat ass?
Yeah.
And hey, Bulldog, real quick, Magic, like you pointed out, the opportunity. I know they're playing 2 nights in a row, but 2 teams that they should be able to pick up wins against here tonight and tomorrow night.
Absolutely, they should. I'm telling you guys, they're going to be in the 4 seed by the end of this week. I thought it would be by Sunday, but by the end of the week.
All right,
Orlando City, by the way, they have a big match tonight in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. It's the round of 16. It's at Inter&Co Stadium, a.k.a. the Purple Palace, 9 p.m. kickoff, though, and they're playing Mexican powerhouse Tigres, which is a really good Mexican team. So we'll see what happens, especially after they got obliterated by Inter Miami over the weekend.
All right. Mike the Bulldog Bianchi, host of Open Mic on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game. And thanks for swinging by the sports page, as always, here on JRR, brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning, 7:30, FM 96.9 The Game. You can catch extended versions of Under Oath by searching for Under Oath with Jeff Kaufman on your favorite streaming platform. Oh, oh.
Taco on demand. Download the iHeartRadio app.